Hey guys, my name is Shai and this is Evermind Astro. This video is about emotional processing if you have your moon in Leo, okay, the Leo moon. This might also resonate if you have your moon in the 5th house. Now, I'm really happy to talk about this, and if you've been watching my videos or watching my Leo videos, you're going to notice that I always really love to make the Leo videos. I love the Leo energy. It is just so good. And Leo moons, 5th house moons, so beautiful, so expressive. It really taps into the beauty of self-expression and why self-expression is so important to your human vitality, okay, to your human vitality. And part of what makes you a vibrant being is your creative self-expression. And about how being able to express yourself creatively, it's what makes life vital. It is what makes life worth living. It is what lights up the world and is a reason to get out of bed in the morning, right? And so what does this all have to do with your emotional processing? And this is interesting because with your moon in Leo or the 5th house, you're actually going to be working through your emotions, processing your emotions, coming into more understanding, firstly, actually, of how you actually feel, right? How you actually feel. Leo moons, there could be a potential here. I mean, depending on the rest of your chart, right? But there could be a potential here for just sitting around and kind of introspecting. That might not get you very far, or it might only take you so far, right? Because that's not really what you're about, right? Because a Leo moon is really interesting. Think about how that's all about shining out your inner light. So your energy, your lunar energy, your internal energy, right? Your moon is all about your inner space and your emotions and your inner self. But the Leo energy is about shining. It's about radiating that out. It's about pushing it out, not forcefully, not like pushing it onto people. It's just putting it out there, radiating it out there, right? Like radiance and radiation, like the sun, like sunlight, right? So sitting around and endlessly introspecting, right, is only going to get you so far. Eventually, you're going to need to have to express this in some way. And actually expressing your energy is going to help you understand how you feel, right? And this is important. You might not fully understand how you feel until you've expressed it. And so if you like, man, for you guys, if you ever have stuff going on like a blocked throat chakra or like a blocked, I mean, even like your lower chakras, like sacral or your solar plexus, any of those energies that are really expressive. And this can happen, right? You might think, oh, I have this natural Leo energy. I'm just putting myself out there all of the time like a movie star, right? Well, that's not necessarily the case, right? You can absolutely have struggles and challenges surrounding self-expression. And I will say that it is very common for your lunar energy, for your moon placement to be a trouble spot. A lot of the time we need to learn to tune in and tap into our lunar energy and understand our moon sign, like helps us do this, right? And we can go through a whole process of kind of learning to reclaim our own inner space. So you guys can absolutely have challenges expressing yourself, especially when you're younger. And you know, your life journey will take you on this process of learning how to release your light. So what I just wanted to get at here a little bit is, you know, if you're if you're always hearing about how Leos are so creatively self-expressive, but you kind of feel that in you, but you struggle to express yourself, just know that that's normal, right? That doesn't mean that you're failing as a Leo moon or anything like that. It just means that you're in this process of tuning into your moon, right? Getting accustomed and acquainted with your own Leo energy. So getting back to what I was saying about how expressing yourself helps you understand yourself, because there can be this assumption that you should fully understand yourself, or you should fully understand how you feel, or you should fully understand what you want to say before you put it out there, right? Some people will say, you know, think before you speak, or they should say, you should understand what you feel before you tell someone how you feel, right? Or that you should really understand what exactly you want to share with the world before you share it. That might be true for some people, right? Some people, they have to work it all out internally before they put it out there. That's fine, right? That's not necessarily what's going to work for you guys, because it's the process of expression that allows you to even understand what's going on inside. It's almost like you need to take what's inside and put it outside so that you can actually see it. Because with the Leo energy, it can be hard to look inside because it's so bright in there, right? How does the sun look inwards upon itself? The people standing around the sun can see it more easily, right? All of that light radiating off of it. And when you're expressing yourself and radiating your light in all of these directions, well, then now you can see what was just inside of you, right? So whatever you are expressing, it was just inside of you, right? Now you let it out, and now you can see it. So this can go like, and this can be a lot of like working through any blocks you have surrounding your self-expression, like especially if you got a blocked throat chakra. And I'll say if you got Leo energy and your throat chakra is blocked, that's not good for anybody, right? But it's going to be especially challenging and problematic for you guys because it's blocking something that is like really fundamental to who you are, right? It's like somebody who is meant to be a writer, but they struggle to write. Someone who's meant to be an actor, but they have stage fright, right? Like anything like that. It's like the thing you're meant to do, if you struggle to do it, well, it's going to feel even worse, right? It's going to cause even more problems. So a big part of this is going to be don't actually put any pressure on yourself to have everything sorted out internally first. You need to get used to just feeling free and really channeling and flowing. So it's like if you're a musician, you don't necessarily need to practice the piece perfectly and have everything all perfect before you perform it at a recital, right? Classical piano might not be for you, right? I mean, maybe it is, but maybe it's not. Maybe instead you'd want to get into blues and jazz piano where you improv, right? Or just writing your own music, just sitting down at the piano and simply playing, right? You have no idea what you want to play. Before you play it, you just sit down or you pick up the guitar or you put your trumpet to your lips, whatever it is, and you just play and you just express it and you let it out, right? Same thing if you're writing. If you're trying to think that you should have your whole novel planned out inside your head, or you should have every sentence planned out inside your head before you write it, might not work, right? You have to just let it flow, let it out, let it radiate, right? You have to express it. It's getting into this channeling state, right? It's getting into a channeling state. And so absolutely, if any of you guys want to get into like channeling, right? Channeling, you have that capacity, but no, it's not going to make sense first, right? If nothing's going to make sense before you express it. You're not going to know what you're saying before you say it. And if you struggle to speak, you got to loosen up, right? You got to get a little disinhibited, because if you trying to figure out like how you're supposed to behave and how you're supposed to talk and how you're supposed to express yourself before you express yourself, it's never going to work, right? You have to just jump up on that coffee table and start dancing, right? You have to just walk into a room and start being. You have to just start expressing yourself. It is all about the expression. It's all about the release, okay? When I'm saying expression, right? Because I think people generally know what that means in terms of creative self-expression, right? And like expressing yourself verbally and when you're talking to people and all of that. But it's also like on a more like basic energetic level. It is about releasing all of the light that's inside of you, releasing all of the energy that's inside of you, releasing all the creativity that's all pent up inside of you. And with this Leo energy and this fifth house energy, you have something inside of you that needs to be let out. And if it's not like, and the thing is, it's like it's radiating, like whether you want it to radiate or not, and you can't stop it. So you want to get yourself into a place where you can allow yourself to simply shine, right? You can allow yourself to simply shine. And I know I haven't talked too much about like emotions, right? But this is all about emotions, because everything that you do, especially as a Leo moon, right? It's going to be fueled by your emotions. And by expressing yourself creatively, and this is any type of creativity, right? It's through fashion, through makeup, through hair, through speech, through music, through writing, through painting, through like martial arts, through dancing, through sports. I don't care what it is, right? However you want to express yourself and get yourself out there, that's how you release that internal energy. And that is how you work through your emotions. That is how you process your emotions, by actually turning them into some kind of expression, right? By actually allowing them to shine out in a certain way. And so like it's so important for anybody with Leo placements to have some way of expressing themselves. If you don't have some type of avenue, right? I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. The only thing that matters is that it should feel inspired, and you should be passionate about it. You should just want to do it naturally, right? It should come naturally. It's just what you want to do, right? Whatever it is that you want to do, you need to be expressing yourself, because otherwise all of those emotions will be bottled up inside and they will become toxic and they will fester, right? And they will block you up. So you have to just allow yourself to shine, right? To shine. And since it is the moon, right? Since it is moon in Leo, that's why sometimes I've been saying flow, right? To flow it out, and it might sound a little watery there. Well, we're not really talking water energy. We're talking fire energy, except with the moon, we are always kind of talking water energy, right? So it's interesting to have the moon in a fire sign, because you're blending fire and water. So you guys are blending water, your emotions, right, with fire action, right? But it's not like the physical active energy of Aries. It's more kind of nuanced than that, right? A little more nuanced, and that's why there's so much emphasis and so much talk about Leo being related to creative expression, because that's how it kind of gets worked out, right? That's how it gets shared. Got to put your energy out there some way, right? And really, like, making videos, really, really good for Leo moon, right? Sharing your story, sharing your personality, just saying like, yeah, just like starting a vlog, right? Just posting TikToks or something, just talking about what's going on in your life and just sharing yourself even, right? And so I know I focused a little bit on like what it is that you do, but it's not really about what it is that you do. It's because it's really about sharing yourself, sharing your own energy, sharing your emotions, right? Sharing your personality, sharing your character. And of course, you can do that through dance and writing and music and, martial arts and whatever it is that you want to do, right? But you also don't need to have anything specific, right? You don't need to have a specific artistic talent or anything, because it's just you. It's just how you are. It is just how you share your light with others. And that is absolutely by walking into a room, by turning on a camera, right? And just being yourself, right? Simply being yourself in a way that makes you feel alive, that makes you feel vibrant, that makes you feel like you are authentic, and like that allows you to feel like you're putting your energy out there and it feels good when you're doing it, right? So of course, when you do this, that's the thing about the fire energy, right? Is that you're going to get all kinds of reactions to this, right? Some people will love you, some people will hate you, right? Leo energy can be a bit polarizing. Some people love you, some people hate you. Some people think you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. Other people are super triggered by everything that you do and think you're horrible, right? And everything in between, right? Except it's going to be more on one, it's usually one extreme or the other, right? People tend to have strong reactions to people with Leo placements, right? So you're just going to have to get used to that. And I know if you happen to also have like a lot of water energy, right? A lot of like emotional sensitivity, that can be difficult to kind of accept, but that's the more you just focus on. And like, you can even talk about that, right? You can even creatively express that. You can make art where you work through that type of emotion, right? Where you work through this, right? Through your vlogs, through your writing, through your dance, through your whatever, doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you're feeling can be turned into and can be used to fuel that self-expression, right? And so a really, really good thing, this is something, everyone can benefit from, but I think it would be really beneficial for Leo moons is for you guys to go, okay, how am I feeling? How am I feeling? And then what can I do with this feeling, right? What is this fuel for? What can I turn this into? What can I create with this, right? And through that creative process, you're going to start to understand this feeling better, right? So it's easy. If you're feeling inspired, you can go make a motivational poster, right? But what if you feel like shit? What if you feel like shit? What do you do then? Well, I mean, if you're a musician, you go compose a really intense, dark, and moody piece of music, right? That other people will really, somebody out there will really enjoy, and it will help them work through their own moodiness, right? If you're a writer, well, you could write some kind of some story or a poem where the character's really going through some shit, and then, they go on a whole arc, and then they resolve themselves and they feel better. And then by the time you've walked your character that you're writing through their experience, well, you will understand your experience better, right? You can always go, okay, even if this is an unpleasant feeling, what is this fueling? What can I do with this? What can I create with this? How can I express this? How can I turn this into something that I have created, right? So just keep shining, guys. Just keep creating, keep expressing yourself, just keep radiating who you are, right? Because that is what you're here to do as a Leo moon, and that is also how you are going to work through your own inner emotional states, because you need to allow it to flow through you and shine out all the way around you so that you can fully understand and also release, as in getting rid of, right? Moving all of those feelings on so that then you can be prepared for, or be ready and be available for, your next emotional experience, which you will then express and release, and so on as a fixed, constant experience of your life. Because fixed fire energy, right? That's why there's so much creative potential here, because you have like an inner furnace that is always glowing, always hot, always ready to shine like the light that you are for the rest of eternity, really, for the rest of your lives. Absolutely. So I'm going to leave you guys there. Lots of links down below if you want to check me out. I'll talk to you later. Bye.